India versus England, two contrasting teams in this World Cup. India have been flying high. England, on the other hand, have been well below par. But can this Indian team afford to take this out-of-form English team lightly?
No, but not only English team. Why should take any team lightly? Because this is a World Cup. You're only going to be playing X number of matches, and they're spaced over 2, 3 days. You're not playing them back to back, so you've got enough time to relax. So no team should be taken lightly because you want to be world champions. You want to be world champions, beating everybody that you meet. That's the one way to actually tell the entire world we've beaten every single team that we played at the group stage, then at the semi-finals, and then in the finals. That's the only way to be able to tell the world, look, we are the world champions. So I don't think the Indian team would want to take England lightly. And England also will have a point or two to prove. Don't forget that because of the position that they are in, they would want to go out on a high, even if they are not going to be able to qualify. They want to go out on a high. And what better way to go out on a high than defeating India or giving India a hard time at an Indian venue with a pretty much 95 to 99% Indian crowd in attendance.
What do you think, Saiba, in general has gone wrong with this English team? I'm asking you that because India would want to exploit those weak areas then.
I think the opening, they haven't got a start. If you have a look at all the teams who are struggling in this particular World Cup, it is because they haven't got off to a start. In the first 10 overs, they've lost a couple of wickets. They haven't got the platform for their batters to come in and blast away, say, in the middle overs, and then again towards the end. India has had that advantage, excepting in the first match against Australia. They've got off to a good start in the first 10 overs, and that is the reason why they are in such a good position. Also because India has got an all-round attack, so they're taking wickets at the start, middle overs, their bowlers, their spinners are taking wickets, and at the end as well. So I think England's problem really has been that they haven't got off to a good start, both with the bat or with the ball.
Let's talk about the Indian team. Now, we've seen this with the South African team, that they've been very good when they've batted first, but when they've been chasing, they've been struggling. Exactly the opposite for the Indian team. They haven't batted first in the tournament so far. Every win that they've got has been while chasing. Would India then want to experiment on that front and maybe, irrespective of the conditions, maybe bat first, get used to that as well, set yourself in form with batting first, because you might have a knockout where you may have to bat first?
Not at all. You just want to win. And if chasing is the way you want to win, just keep on doing it. Don't worry about, knockout, etc. at this stage. Do not think too far ahead. Just focus on the next match, the match that you're going to play. That's all. Don't think about, who you're going to play on the 1st of November, on the 5th of November. Just focus who you're going to be playing on the 29th of October. And that's it. Just focus on the England team. Don't think about the future. The future will take care of itself.
Okay, the one thing that we know in the immediate future, that is, there is no Hardik Pandya that's available for the Indian team in the game versus England. What would you like the Indian team then to do when it comes to their 11? Go with the same 11 where they made 2 changes. They got a Mohammad Shami in to balance their bowling and a Surya Kumar Yadav in to balance their batting?
Yes, no changes in this team. They've done really well. You don't need to change. Surya Kumar Yadav just didn't get the opportunity to show what he can do because he was run out for not too many. And Mohammad Shami, when he got the ball in his hand, he took a fifer. So there is really no need for any changes for this game at least.
Things that people may want to look at in terms of changes and the Indian think tank might want to ponder over is Ravichandran Ashwin. In case you do get a spin-friendly track in the Ekana Stadium, we've seen a few games so far in this tournament. They've been batting paradise. But sometimes, traditionally, we've seen at the Ekana, even during the IPL, that you get pitches that help spinners. If that's the case, it's a spin-friendly track, then what does the Indian team do? Stick with the same 11 or maybe make a change?
Well, you asked me and I answered that in the previous question. No change.
Okay, irrespective of the track that there is, in case even if it's a spin-friendly track.
Never mind whatever the track is. Never mind what the track is. Same team.
Okay.
I'm sorry I use the word track. It's a pitch. Never mind what the pitch is. Same team.
Okay, never mind what the pitch is. As Mr. Gavaskar says, he'd want the Indian team to stick to that 11. In terms of India's batting combination, bowling combinations, anything that you'd want them to work on, any areas that you've seen that can be improved upon in the tournament so far?
Well, not really. Nothing really, because the batting's coming on really well. I'd like guys like Shubman Gill and Shreyas Iyer, when they get going, to emulate what Kohli is doing and to go on to get big runs, 80, 90, even if it is a 70 not out in a winning chase. That's good enough. 30s and 40s are not good enough for a batter. A batter has to put a minimum price of 100 if he gets the opportunity. And that is what they need to do, because that is how they'll cement their place in the team. That is how they'll make a big name for themselves as century makers. So that is what they need to focus on. Otherwise, this Indian team looks pretty good. Fielding wise, there's no complaint. They'll miss the odd catch. That is what the game is all about. Fielding wise, they've been doing top class in every which way. They are really on a roll. So that is the reason I'm saying no experiments with the team combination. No experiments about batting first. Nothing. Just keep on winning.
Okay, let me talk to you from England's perspective now. You say no experiments for the Indian team. England team clearly not having a great time in this tournament so far, so they may look to experiment. One criticism that's going England's way is that, you've got a batter like Joss Butler, who's such a good white ball player. We see him open in T20s as well. So if you want to really set the tempo, have someone like a Joss Butler bat higher up, maybe even open the innings. Is that something England should look at? Is Joss Butler batting too low down the order?
Well, Josh Butler loves the ball to come onto the bat. So clearly, I think we've seen that in the T20. So clearly, I think there's a case for him opening the batting, because that might be exactly what the kind of start. And he can set the tempo as a captain. He can, show what the team needs to be doing. And maybe, when he comes into bat at number 5, already 2-3 wickets are down. Here, there is no pressure of any wickets down. He can go and play his game naturally and freely.